Greetings from Forgotten Prime, and today is Forgotten Prime Rants. Oh, let's hop right into there. My rant is going to be about Ghostbusters, as the artwork suggests. Firstly, I'm going to just give you a ballpark about my feelings of the old, before the newer stuff, before 2016. I know a lot of you people are going to already give me flack for the way I said 2016. I don't care. But the original two films and their spin-offs, the animated series, have always struck a nice chord into me because I am a child of that era. And yet there are a lot of kids of that era that seem to have forgotten the old and the way the story was told. And yet you, you this the animated series was toned down for teenage kids and had simple, easy understand stories that basically taught kids basic common sense values. That's what I picked up from it, and I loved it. Some of that same information got shoved into here. I know a lot of people say that those things weren't in there. Bullshit. Rewatch the animes. I highly recommend them. Uh, I know people are gonna probably say animes. Anything animation to me is an anime. You all can get mad at me, the anime geeks, by all means, please. I am an anime geek too, but it's still drawn. It's still an animated medium. You can't argue that. So give it up right now. Uh, Back to Ghostbusters. When I saw the ground smashing into pieces and all that stuff going all over the place, I thought the world was gonna fucking end in that story. And I loved it. And yet, Sigourney Weaver, my personal favorite badasses of badassery. Anybody who says that she is not the coolest actress to walk the earth really needs to start watching films again. Or they just really don't like females. I don't care. Each person is each their own. I'm not going to try to force them to like Sigourney Weaver. In my opinion, she had a slightly cameo in certain areas in Avatar. The way when she died, I found her to be a little cameo at that spot. But yet, I saw not a goofy cameo. It's like you can actually see the lights turning out inside of her head and her going into so-called the so-called uh, planet of that world. I liked that. It actually had the feelings behind it. Ghostbusters 2016 to me don't have that. And yet, yes, I use that voice. I don't care. Bite me. The main reason I'm making this is because these two people are making mountains out of molehills. The son's, the creator's son wants to create his own rendition. Oh well. He wants to follow up after his father's story, not your guys' chapter. Your guys' chapter, you guys even stated it, quote unquote, that this doesn't follow the timeline. So, oh well, we took it at that. So we figured, okay, if you're gonna say it's a different timeline, we're going to pick up the ball again. But the moment you guys start getting growly at when he makes a poke at you, don't don't poke back. All it does is get people like me to poke back at you. All this doesn't make you any better than me. All we're doing is griping to the wind and or paper and or digital wall. I am at a loss for words at the chaos in my hobbies. This is only but one of my favorite hobbies and stories that I've ever liked in my life. And yet, you guys seem to love to make a mess out of it for no good reason. Um, I watched this twice, and I wish I hadn't watched it the second time. The first time I watched with my friend because I really wanted to give it the benefit of a doubt. Like every film that I watch, I hope that it has a good story. Story, plural, big, point. And yet, it was all over the freaking place. One of my favorite actors that's in this film, they basically chastised him. I just, I don't get the mentality in the story to where you have to have all the men and in this story, your Ghostbusters, to be pussies, to where they have to have a woman kick their ass. Yeah, the guy at the end turned into a demon just so that you guys could have your so-called misogynistic manhood. I don't like that thought. I'm not a monster. I may be a man, but I don't have tons of pecs. I don't act like an asshole. Sure, every once in a while, I might open the door for a woman because I respect other people. I don't just open the door for women, though. I open the door for gentlemen as well. And I get compliments for it. Compliments! And yet you guys bitch and moan and groan. And yet you guys keep saying, ours is better than yours. I'm done with that. I need some sanity back into my hobbies. And if Jason Reitman can actually succeed like his father had, gave me a good story and a good plot and no bull, I'm all for it. I am all for it. If you guys want to keep moaning and groaning, by all means, people like me will call you out and tell you to remember that it had to have a beginning. And yes, you can call me a nostalgic fool. Yeah, I am a nostalgic fool. But when you cram in nonsense into a story that doesn't need it, it don't need it. It don't. Please. Let the good writers do their jobs. I know that you are thinking, wait a minute, why are you saying good writers? There's writers of both genders, men and women, with varying likes and dislikes and of different. Now, what's that word? Ugh, politics. Yet another thing I hate. I'm beginning to think that that's all that's there anymore. Get it out of my hobbies. Take your desire to make a metal out of things out of my hobbies. My next video is going to be just as loud as this one, if not louder. I'm tired of the nonsense. I am a super otaku, jack of many trades. And this time, I'm definitely gonna go full bore. Hello, true believers, Whovians, live long and prosper. May the force be with you till all are one. With great power comes great responsibility. Turtle power by the power of Grayskull. Thundercats ho! Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Shit happens. Get away from her, you bitch. And I'm going to be adding more to that. As long as people that want to mess, that just want to shit on hobbies, just for the fuck of it, I will continue adding sayings from all my hobbies that I've ever loved. And I will continue saying them and reminding people that these are the things that we love and like and don't want to be turned into disasters and unfriendly happy things. I don't like what's happening to my hobbies. I bid you all good evening.